This man has a love for Boston like no other, and has expressed that through his clothing. The mobile genius has created his own method to interacting with the city through his brand. Mentioned in one of Boston's biggest newspapers in an interview with a well known Boston rap artist, and making a presence on an album cover. My Home, My Hell is truly a brand that sticks out. Leafy in the building. Now, seriousness, because I'm just proud of you, and I want to thank you for being here and supporting, support we say, and we here for the trenches, yard in the pride, yard in the pride, because we doing it for all of us, and you know, trying to elevate and at the same time not forget where we come from.
Yeah.
With that being said,
Thanks for having me.
I would like to know what and who inspired your style.
Um, my neighborhood where I grew up at, my family, yeah, specifically where my parents live, my grandmother lived. Even in school, like being in Mecco for a little or for a while, but Mecco that helped my style. Um, I don't know.
Could you give us a little insight on what Mecco is?
Um, Mecco is basically um busing inner city kids to suburban schools like Natick, Needham, like basically Metro Boston.
All right. And what are some of your favorite brands and fashion icons?
Um,
Whether it be in moguls like yourself or local shops.
Stussy, Polo, and local. I'd probably say like Antonio Insaldi. He's in Common Square. He's had a brand for a while.
Yeah, that's throwback. Remember you used to have the
The Stop Snitching shirts
yes, and the
um,
bulletproof vest
yeah.
when
I
that
had a
was in.
shirt I was gonna wear too, but
Yeah.
I just got the shirt too from him. It's a throwback shirt, but
Yeah. Can you name two creative things that have become an outlet for you as you build your brand?
two creative things. What do you mean by that?
Like it could be music, art, like anything creative that um, you use to gear towards your brand.
Yeah, and you could say music. But, kind of like all of Boston's art scene, like the culture of Boston. Um, yeah, that's really it. Music, sports,
Yeah,
entertainment, all inspires me.
yeah, that's great. Um, Tell me a little bit about how your brand has become part of Boston's music industry.
Um, I had a brand before My Home, My Hell, and Blue Pill Lab. I had a brand called Vast. My homie Michael Christmas, he raps and he's kind of like the first person in our generation to blow up in Boston, like on a nationwide scale. And he started wearing my stuff and kind of get some traction there. And then when I started with this brand, My Home, My Hell, I just had my homies wearing the stuff. Even if they didn't buy it, I'd have them wear it for their videos, and people would start asking for stuff. And then I really started dropping. And then I think, yeah, kind of like during the pandemic, that's when things kind of like took off a little.
That's good. Tell me a little bit about the Boston Globe
Uh, I didn't
and
even
how you
know.
played a little part in that.
I didn't even know about it until nobody told me that there was a Boston Globe person there. But at the show, I guess he was writing about the whole show, and I guess he's a fan of Stiz, cousin Stiz from Boston, and my merch was like set up right next to Stiz's merch, and he took a picture, and I guess he thought it was Stiz's merch, and he highlight that a little. And when I noticed that, I was like, wow, that's crazy. I was not expecting that.
Right.
Yeah.
That's good. And tell me a little bit about how I heard a little bit about your brand showing up on the cover of an album.
Oh yeah, yeah. Um, his his name's Ant Bell. I'm not. I just kind of met him like recently, but he had put the My Home My Hell in the back of like I guess him, and I thought that was cool. Kind of pay homage because he had a. He also named like the I think the second or third track of the mixtape My Home My Hell. I thought that was cool.
Yeah. Also, I heard there's actually another song, My Home, My Home,
Yeah, my
Mars Space.
yeah, my cousin
Yeah.
Omar Mars Spacely, he made a song. He has a video he just dropped last month or earlier this month, right around his birthday.
I
I like
love
that
that.
song too.
Yeah. I like the love and the support.
Yeah, it's
It's
nice.
real. What aspects of the city influence your style and design for your brand?
Um, I feel like just Dorchester, but mainly like around where my parents live and where my grandmother, our grandmother, used to live. Yeah, like in that area, that kind of influenced it.
Mm, right. Um, what did you know? When did you know you would start your brand? Like, when did it all come about?
Um, I came up with my home in like 2016, but I felt like I wanted to make clothes for a while, probably before high school.
Mm,
But I remember in psychology class, I think my senior year, we had to write down goals, and that was one of my goals to start a clothing brand. So that's kind of I could say why I kind of took it serious on like getting a clothing brand, or creating one.
that's it for this lifestyle. Right. So you had it as long as 2016, or like when did you actually start my
Yeah,
home,
you
my
could
home?
yeah you could say 2016, 2017, but I kind of took it serious like 2018. I started really printing shirts, and I had my first pop up 2019. So that's when I really kind of like got things established
Yeah. How was
around the
that?
city. It was good. It was a good outcome.
Yeah.
More people came than I thought. It was cool.
You got a lot of love and a lot of support. I see all like a lot of fans, a
Yeah,
lot of people. Your brand is showing up in a lot of places.
yeah. People be showing love.
Yes.
I like that.
Um, and also speaking of that, I like your method of promoting.
Yeah.
Um, you got your own little version of Finding Waldo.
Oh yeah, yeah. Yeah.
Tell me a little bit about that.
Um, I don't know. I feel like I forget what happened. I was just for some reason I just thought of a scavenger hunt. I felt like people because it was around the time where everybody was still like staying in at their house, barely going out. So I felt like there was a lot of people around. So I think I started at my the corner store across from Grandma's, and people like came and got it like within like 5-10 minutes. So I was like, okay, I could keep doing this,
Mm,
and I kind of liked how it went. And
yeah,
even though it yeah, it kind of like let more people know about the brand, and they got more familiar with the brand and stuff.
yeah, that's dope. That's really dope. In what ways does your brand set itself apart from others?
Um, I feel like my brand is kind of limited. It's kind of if you're not getting it right when it drops, it's kind of hard to get it. And I don't like mass drop it, like drop more than like 50 pieces of one item. I try to keep it like to 30 or less.
Yeah. So it's like more exclusive. Like if you don't get it now, then
Yeah, exactly.
yeah.
Yeah, it probably won't drop again.
Mm. So make sure I get mine.
That's
Um, have you noticed any elevation in yourself um, from then when you first started till now?
yeah. I've definitely grown more with the brand as yeah, like with the brand, like mature more, handle like my responsibilities a little bit more than how I used to. Kind of makes you stay on your toes when you have like people hitting you up all day for different clothes or wanting different things.
Mm.
Keeps you more focused.
What sparked the concept behind your brand? Is there a meaning behind it? My home, my health. And even
Yeah,
the images that you use.
I first seen it on like a mural somewhere. I forget where I saw it, but it was like in a sentence. It said like it was like two sentences, and then the last like four sets of words. It was like my home, my house. Like oh, that was like catchy and it like stuck with me, so I kept going with that. And yeah, literally like my home, my house. Like I live here, but it's also like I go through a lot of stuff around here and things like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, and with the house, I don't know. I'd just be having like days where I like daydream a lot. I came up with that, and it kind of like I seen grandma's house, and I'm like, okay, nobody's ever done like a triple decker, and nobody really talks about it. But this is like oh, and then like okay, and then I thought about I'm like okay, that goes with the concept of my home, my hell. So I'm like I could just add a fire around the whole house, but the graphic designer I was working with or I still work with, they put like the house just like the fire right on the corner of the house, and I thought that was dope, and I kind of kept it like that, like not too much fire, but still there so you can see it
Yeah.
instead of being engulfed in it.
So, what was your strategy? Your strategy for this brand, and who were you trying to target? Like, what kind of people were you trying to target? Like,
Honestly, I just wanted it for myself to wear something I could wear every day. And then my friends, they started saying they liked it and they wanted something, so I kind of started ordering a little bit more, and then it just got bigger and bigger. And then really when I dropped the first sweatsuit for my home, my health, that's when I knew like okay, I could keep going on and keep dropping and dropping because a lot of people wanted it. I had did pre-orders,
mm,
I think December of 2020, and it got good feedback, so I just kept going from there.
yeah, cause you got some nice sets. They're like laid back. You know, you could throw on with anything.
Right.
So it's a good look. Um, any expansions, collaborations, or future collaborations?
Yeah, I want to do a little bit of everything with the brand, um, like furniture, water, just everything. I kind of want to get into. I gotta kind of take my time with it.
And what's that? What you got with you?
A pillow. I made this pillow earlier this year.
What is it? What's
It's
it?
it says my home, my house street, and then Blue Pill Ave. I kind of got this from Grammar Street too, like with the camera. And I think like I went to the corner store one day and I just seen them like that again. Nobody's really done that or dealt with it like that. So I switched to Havelock and the Blue Hill Ave to those names.
So basically, the brand is like a little bit of your history and what you've gone through, and basically what anybody could relate to it.
Right, especially from being from Boston and Dorchester specifically. Yeah.
That's what's up, because I appreciate you.
I appreciate you. This is good.
More love, more life. We're gonna continue elevating.
Right.
Right?
Right.
Cheers.
Cheers.